Well, Alex Szymanski just won the European International Championships with this Arceus Duraludon deck with a 1/1 Alolan Vulpix tech. So, I suppose I could win a few games on the ranked ladder with it. If we get 3 wins today, it will get me up to 1,000 rank points. What are these even called? I don't know what the ranking points are called. 1,000 something. Alright, I won the coin flip, so I will choose to go first. And we have a really good start. Arceus, Duraludon, Energy. Got Lumineon on the other side. Could even be a mirror match. We'll find out soon. Bench Duraludon. We will Nest Ball. I want to get to use the Alolan Vulpix, so we'll Nest Ball for the Alolan Vulpix, and I'm going to go out on a hunch that we're playing against a deck with more V Pokemon in it than just Lumineon, and more Pokemon with abilities in it than just Lumineon. So capturing Aroma, so that tells us we're playing against Lugia, and Duraludon VMAX is really, really good against Lugia as long as they're not playing their own Duraludon VMAX or Single Strike or Shifu VMAX to go through Duraludon VMAX's ability. And they are playing their own Duraludon. Very interesting. They capturing Aroma for Duraludon and not for their Lugia, but then they got the coin flip on Mesagoza, so I wonder if they had another card that would have gotten the Lugia. No, they just really valued getting that Duraludon first. Interesting for sure. Ultra Ball away Lumineon and an Archeops to get Lugia V-Star and then pass probably? Yeah, there's the pass. Okay. I'll start with Mesagoza, see if we can get a free Arceus V-Star. We we can get a free Arceus V-Star. That's pretty beautiful. And let's check here. So we have a lone Vulpix. Silvery Snow would be doing 210 right now. Okay. Do we have Choice Belt in the deck? We do. So I'm thinking if we... So this is always getting Arceus V-Star, but I'm thinking if we can Starbirth... We would have to Starbirth for Switch and a lone Vulpix V-Star. So that's not going to work. But we can get Double Turbo and Path to the Peak and then judge them. We can certainly do that. So that's what I'm going to do. We're going to get Path to the Peak and... no, we're not, because I'm not playing Arceus Giratina. I'm playing Arceus Duraludon. For a second, I really thought I was going to Path to the Peak them. I had you all fooled, didn't I? Leave it in the comments down below if you believed in the Path to the Peak. I really forgot that this is not a Path to the Peak deck there for a second. Okay, so what I can do actually is Escape Rope. I could do Escape Rope, a Lone Vulpix V-Star, maybe? Nah. Yeah, let's grab it because I'm running out of time, and I went in there with a plan, and I lost the plan because I thought that I was going to get Path to the Peak. So that really threw me off because I didn't know the cards in my own deck. You should know the cards in your deck. I hope that's the lesson that you learn in today's video. Let's see. Yeah, I kind of don't want to play any of this, but I know that they just Ultra Balled for Lugia V-Star, so I basically got one card with Starbirth due to my own mistakes there. Trinity Nova 180. We're still in a good position, though. And we'll get... Arceus is double metal when fighting. I'm sorry, Duraludon is double metal when fighting. We'll go ahead and do that. I was so confident in I'm such in an Arceus Giratina mindset. That's the deck that I've been really enjoying grinding ranked with. And I love those turn one judge path plays, and this just does not have the path, obviously, because you have your Duraludon VMAX, you want that ability to always be active. Capturing Aroma, they want a heads here, and it's a tails. I like that a lot. Okay, Ultra Ball, so they will get the Duraludon VMAX. Yeah, so my turn 2 was so scuffed, I should have judged or researched prior to the Starbirth to see what I get, because, like, if I got a double turbo, then I didn't even need to use Starbirth that turn. So they'll take a knockout there doing 280 with their Duraludon VMAX. I'll promote my Duraludon, And top deck Duraludon VMAX, very good. That's exactly as we planned. And think I think I'll want to get a Lumineon here potentially. Let's see. Because I do want more cards. So let's bench the Arceus and we'll Ultra Ball away double Nest Ball for Lumineon. And I'll use Lumineous Sign. I could Raihan to get energy onto the bench and just get the research with that since I don't really need a different supporter next turn, but I could always end up wanting to boss next turn, so research should give me more options for next turn. Cool, cool, cool. So yeah, it gives me plenty of options. Also gives me some energy to work with here. Yeah, we'll go double turbo to the Arceus and Gmax pulverization for 220. So, they can actually one-shot my Duraludon VMAX if they have the 4th single strike energy and a choice belt. That would be 330. This Duraludon VMAX is very scary. I think I'm in the lead though, just because I took the first, I took the first 2 prize knockout. Actually, I don't even know if it matters that it was 2 prizes, since they have more multi-prizes on the board, and Duraludon VMAX is 3 prizes. But, yeah, so I'll knock out Duraludon VMAX and then knock out an Archeops, probably. They're retreating the Duraludon VMAX into Lugia here, which doesn't make sense. Oh, wait, are they just going to pass with Archeops active? Or do they have Escape Rope? I'm confused, because Duraludon's their only thing that can hit Duraludon. Okay, that was... yeah, we'll just boss this. Right. Okay, GG. That was a bit of a rough one because I forgot that I was not playing a Path of the Peak deck, but the next 2 games, I promise, they should be flawless. Definitely flawless. We're back to Umbreon. Hopefully, we're not back to Alakazam tier right after this. I would love to go first. Man, the PTCG Live coin loves me. I've got a mulligan. This would have been a good hand. This would have been a good hand with pretty much any basic Pokemon because I have Nest Ball Double Turbo. This is also a good hand. Great hand, even. Okay, they're starting with a Radiant Greninja. They could be a Miraidon deck, but I think the most likely deck that they are is Lost Zone or Gardevoir. And really the only reason to think about this is, are we worried about them knocking out Arceus on turn 1? And, you know, even if they are Gardevoir or Lost Box, I don't mind having double Arceus because of Charon's Care being in the deck. So I am going to get the second Arceus, because then if they are a Miraidon deck and they knock out my first Arceus, then at least I have plays next turn. At least I have another Arceus. So I think maybe I should have attached basic metal, but the thing is I also have to Chorus next turn at this point. Like, if they knocked out the active and had basic metal, and I top deck Raihan, or I top deck Lumineon, or I top deck Arceus VSTAR, then I should have had the basic metal into the discard pile so that way I can Raihan and attack next turn. So with benching this Arceus, the correct play, I think, was maybe attach the basic energy, but also then you could lose the double turbo to a judge. So it's tricky, but I think I should have attached the basic energy. And it turns out we're actually playing against a Kyurem VMAX deck, which was none of my guesses. But this deck also isn't going to do anything to me turn 1, so we're cool there. Ooh, switching cups, and they're using it turn 1. They also attach Retreated to Radiant Greninja, which kind of tells me that they really don't want that Greninja to get knocked out. It kind of makes me want to knock it out. Okay, well, first things first, this Chorus decides what we can actually do. Perfect. So we get Arceus, we get Radiant Gardevoir, we get Research, or do we just get double Arceus? We'll get double Arceus, because I have Chorus already for next turn. I also have Starbirth. Let's see. So, the VMAX can hit a 270, which means I would survive. Even with Belt, that would knock me out, even after the Gardevoir. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna use Starbirth here. I'm just gonna go ahead and Trinity Nova. I will want to get an Alolan Vulpix set up this game, I think, because Snow Mirage is good against Kyurem, and also both attacks are great against this deck. So I'll go ahead and put 1 and 1 to... We'll do this. I'll put all of these to this Arceus, and then I have Water Energy in my hand for the Alolan Vulpix. But I wanted to save the Starbirth, because, like, if they hit me, then I can just Starbirth for Charon, and that's such a huge tempo play. This is actually a very, very experimental deck, like, very, very rogue. So I'm not at the top of the ranked ladder whatsoever, but also it's, like, pretty early in most people migrating over to PTCG Live, so I still might be playing catch up to get to the point where, like, you're only playing against the best of the best, like, decks and players. Not to say that a Kyurem VMAX deck can't succeed, it's just this looks very, it looks very unrefined to me, at least. We've got Phoebe in here, we've got Primordial Altar, Switching Cups. Like, who knows? This could be the optimal way to build Kyurem VMAX, but leave it in the comments down below if you're Kyurem VMAX stan and you think this is the way to go. Okay, so Rapid Freeze, attaching some energies to the bench. Just one energy, unfortunately, to the bench Kyurem VMAX there. Okay. What does this do? Look at the top card, you may discard it. Sure. Let's use Primordial Altar. Let's see if the top card is just unusable. No, I'd actually like an Ultra Ball. So let's Colress. We know we're getting an Ultra Ball at least. Ultra Ball, double turbo energy, Judge. Okay. And then let's Ultra Ball away Drapion and switch for Alolan Vulpix V. Bench Alolan Vulpix, attach that. I'll also attach the belt to the Alolan Vulpix, and then I'm going to Trinity Nova Knockout. So this way with the belt on Alolan Vulpix, if we have Water Double Turbo belt on Alolan Vulpix V-Star, the attack will do 170 a hit, and it prevents damage done next turn by Pokemon with abilities, so the Kyurem VMAX won't be able to swing into our Alolan Vulpix V-Star and will two-shot it. Boss's orders, they're going to grab our Alolan Vulpix V. You know, it's not what we would have liked to happen, but it's okay. They're losing some energies to make it happen. And Max Frost, they do have to discard, I believe, 3 energies here to knock out the Alolan Vulpix V-Star. No, just 2. 2 energies does the trick. 220 minus 20 for the Radiant Gardevoir is 200, so they'll have 3 energies left on it. This is actually a really scary matchup with my deck not having Path to the Peak in it. I wonder what their switch, what the amount of switches in their deck is like. If I could, like, bring up this Kyurem and hit it twice, or if they could accelerate enough energy to it. I think that might be the move. Let's go ahead and Starbirth for Boss. Maybe Boss and Boss? And then we still have one more Boss in there? Yeah, let's try this. We're not doing anything else with the energy, so I guess it doesn't hurt to put, to set up a Duraludon. No, we don't want to discard a Boss's orders. Absolutely not. Okay, so Trinity Nova 180. We have a Metal Energy in the deck. We'll attach that. We could always hit a Raihan to accelerate and swing with a Duraludon VMAX if that extra HP is going to be worth it to set up. Let's see what they can do from here. Because if they accelerate 3 energy to either attack or retreat with this, that means that's energies they're not accelerating to the benched Kyurem VMAX. Or if they have a switch, they have a switch. You know, that's also possible, but I think this was the best thing to try. So there's a Melanie to the active. Bar Seal Stone, if they have switch, here it comes. Expedition Uniform, look at the bottom 3 cards of your deck and put them on top of your deck in any order. I could not have told you what this card did for $1 million. Okay, so they have the one-hit knockout. That's crazy. This was a crazy turn for them. And they still have their Forest Seal Stone. They didn't even have to use it. Wow. That's nuts. Yeah, I don't think I can win this game. So, discarding 4 energy, 320. Okay, I mean, so they have to put 2 energies to knock out Duraludon VMAX. They have to put 2 energies on here, but I would be very shocked if they couldn't do that. Or if they don't have a boss. But we'll give it our best shot here with the Raihan. The Raihan play to accelerate the metal energy we need, plus get Duraludon VMAX. And then we swing for the knockout, and then we would win next turn by boss KO the Lumineon. But I don't think we'll get that far. I'm pretty sure they'll win on this next turn here. They have Fire Seal Stone, so like they would have to like I think disconnecting is the win condition here. We've got a regular old hope our opponent disconnects win condition. Not gonna lie, it's taken my opponent a little while here to put together the win. I don't know if they're trolling me or what. Okay, so they used Far Seal Stone. There's the Melanie. Okay, and now you just attach one more energy and you win. They could announce the attack too quickly. They have energy in their hand. Okay, now I'm just getting trolled. Now I'm just getting BM'd. Come on. There you go, Glaciated World. And a 6th energy. Yeah, they just wanted to do max damage here with Max Frost. Makes sense. VMAX Cure, Max Frost, max damage. Max Knockout, my Duraludon VMAX. 400 damage to the max. And just like that, we're going to go back into Alakazam tier. Yep, there he is. There's good old Alakazam. Okay, let's end this one on Umbreon. Let's end it on Umbreon, guys. Oh, we just lost to Kyurem VMAX. That... Having more cards in your hand means you have more options. Hop will help you draw even more cards. So far, what I've learned is I want a Path of the Peak in this Arceus Duraludon deck. This first place deck sucks. It can't even beat Kyurem VMAX. Well, this is a hand of every basic Pokemon in the deck, that's for sure. This should actually do really well versus Goodra, because Duraludon swings through its damage reduction. And the damage reduction of Goodra is like the whole point. Oh, I also have a Alolan Vulpix VSTAR, which Goodra can't hit because it has an ability. So that's pretty good. Cramorant also can't hit it. So Alolan Vulpix VSTAR might just auto-win this matchup. They do have Escape Rope Boss, so they do have that. So let's put down Vulpix, we'll put down Duraludon, Ultra Ball. I'm just gonna, I'm just gonna research here. Do we even want this? We'll just get another Arceus, I think. Yeah, I'm just gonna get another Arceus and research and try to high roll the double turbo here. We don't get the double turbo, that's okay. Next turn we can actually just start swinging with the Alolan Vulpix. That's actually fine. 60 damage if the opponent has... Oh, it's not if they have it in play, it's if it is a V Pokemon. Okay. Yeah, and then we'll pass. So next turn we'll just go, get, like, Switch and Double Turbo with the Arceus V-Star. Or we'll research your Colress and then do that with Starbirth to get the missing pieces we need. Just get this Alolan Vulpix going right off the bat. That's probably what I should have done versus Kyurem VMAX, is just get the Alolan Vulpix going as soon as possible. We'll just go into a different Arceus, that's fine. Not a big deal. Did they even use Flower Selecting there? Yeah, they have 3 in the Lost Zone. Another Escape Rope? Okay, well, those Escape Ropes were pretty much the only thing I was worried about, because they can negate our Vulpix's attack. Alright. So they'll hit us with Spit Innocently. Very good. And this is good. We have 2 Arceus V-Star. And let's see. So 110 plus Rolling Shell. Okay, so their plan is probably to hit us with Rolling Shell. Hey, if they roll us with the shell, they roll us with the shell. You know what I mean? All right, so we'll bench that, and I'm just going to research draw 7. So we will need to Starbirth here. So I think it would be wise to get Raihan or Lumineon, as well as this Alolan Vulpix V-Star. Force them to roll the Iron next turn with the basic V Goodra. Do we have Raihan in the deck? Raihan's prized, so maybe we can get it off the prizes. I'm actually going to get Nest Ball, and here's why. I shouldn't have evolved the second Arceus, maybe, because if this gets knocked out and we don't have Raihan in the deck, I'm going to want to attach Double Turbo to it and Trinity Charge to my benched Pokemon, like to the Duraludon VMAX, or V, if it's not a VMAX yet. Okay, so let's go ahead and Snow Mirage. It was very smart of them to boss up this Alolan Vulpix and hit it early. Very smart of them to do that. And we get the Raihan off the prize cards. That's super good. It kind of sucks that they were able to get that boss's order so quickly for our Vulpix V-Star. Or for our Vulpix V. It wasn't a V-Star yet, but now the Vulpix V-Star has 110 damage on it, which is not optimal. So they'll need to Mirage Gate and get to attack with the Rolling Shell this turn. Specifically not evolve and attack with Rolling Iron. Oh, actually, that Nest Ball, I think, should have been for Radiant Gardevoir, because Radiant Gardevoir would have brought Rolling Shell down to 120, and my lone Vulpix V-Star would survive with 10 HP. Unless they attached a Choice Belt, and then I wouldn't have an out to not drawing Raihan off the prizes. So the correct thing, if you guys hit this matchup, the correct thing here that I should have done was not evolve the Arceus. The second Arceus V-Star should not have been evolved, and then I could have Nest Balled for Radiant Gardevoir. Also, let's take a step back. I Starburst for Nest Ball, not the actual Pokemon I wanted. It's because the timer was running down and I was still deciding what do I want here, but also Nest Ball is probably never going to be used again in this matchup, so we could just thin that card out of the deck. Because I went in not knowing that my Raihan was prized. I found that out during the search, and so things kind of changed on the fly there. Alright, they have a large hand. We like that. We like to see that. We'll attach here, and I could judge them, but I like my hand. I don't think I'm gonna judge. This hand is good. Because even if I judge them, they already have, what, 6 cards in the Lost Zone? Yeah, they have 6 in the Lost Zone already. They only need 1 more and then a Mirage Gate to get where they're trying to go. So I don't think the judge would even be that bad for them, and they still have their Radiant Greninja as well. I'm not gonna, no, I'm not gonna Lost City their Comfy. I would Lost City their Greninja, because I think they play a Clara or something to get Pokemon back, maybe? I'm not sure. So let's go ahead and just Snow Mirage. I think Gudra's play Roxanne. Happy that Iono's not out yet, because I want to keep this hand. So if they're still playing just Roxanne, no judges, we'll get to keep this hand, and that means we get to keep that double turbo for next turn, or the Raihan for next turn, potentially a judge for next turn, the Ultra Ball to get the Duraludon VMAX, which I could have Ultra Balled actually last turn and got the Duraludon VMAX down. Should have done that last turn. There's the Mirage Gate. For just 1 energy, though, and the opponent concedes. I guess they had some energy problems. I don't know what happened there, but I'll take the win, and we go right back up into the Umbreon tier yet again. 2-1 was our record today for Alex Szymanski's EUIC Championship Arceus Duraludon Alolan Vulpix V-Star deck. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to subscribe for more gameplay content like this. Thanks for watching.